Hey guys, so it's been a while since I made a video or deck profile. Today we had our OTS championships and I came third. Uh, I lost in the finals. Him and I were the only two guys that were 4-0, and it was a really crazy game. It was a really good game, and I'll get into it in a moment. So last time we did a deck profile was getting closer to states, and I just got sacked the entire day. Like I drew, uh, I'm on stream, and one of my games, game three, I just drew three ash blossoms, and I proceed to get like floodgated. I got chaos hunted, lanceyard, super polyed so many times. It was just a really rough day for states. But it's fine because the next day, uh, back then, my girlfriend came down, and well, she's no longer my girlfriend anymore because I got married. As you can see, my lovely wedding ring. So yeah, that was a huge plus. I got married recently, so I know my wife watches these videos now and then. I love you. Thank you for saying yes. And I've been out of Yu-Gi-Oh for around a month or so, and I just started getting back into it. Um, maybe like a week or 2 weeks now. The week that I came back from my month away, I won the locals. I came first, and then last week I came. I think I came like fifth or something stupid like that. I lost in the finals to Vanquish Soul K9. So it's a new format. I don't know what's going on in this format. I don't know what these cards do. I'm reading these cards for the first time, and yeah, but it was interesting. Um, so I'll go through my deck list and give you guys some ideas as to what I'm playing, what I might play going forward, my thoughts on the format. So a bit of a longer video, but yeah, you guys don't really watch the videos for camera quality. You watch it to hear my thoughts. So yeah, let's go through. I played Malice, this OTS. Number one reason is I don't own any other deck right now. I got a like almost max rarity Dragon Link, which I guess does nothing in this format. So I just played Malice because I couldn't get my hands on the K9 cards because Zuna is so damn hard to pull, and she's also really expensive. So I didn't get any Azunas. I was wanting to play Crystron K9 because I didn't get the VS Soul. And then the Yummies were not complete in time, and the Dragon Tails didn't come through in time. So this is what I played for the OTS, and I'll go through my ratios and my thoughts onto the ratios and my thoughts if you still choose to play Malice going forward, what's options that you all could look to. So starting off, two Dormouse. It's limited. It's ironically maybe not your best starter anymore, because there's this card called Nash Knight which just steals your summon. So maybe White Rabbit is potentially your new best starter. So it's a Dormouse and then it's White Rabbit. These are limited, so I'll play the most numbers. So I had an issue with my Malice deck not having enough names, which is a genuine problem. But this is where things get a little bit weird, and I'll give you my reasoning onto it. I cut March Hare down to 2, and I'm now playing 3 Chessy Cat. So the reason why I cut March Hare down to 2 is going first. No, let's just say going first. Having multiple March Hares in hands is just a bit awkward, and also having March Hare with like some hand traps and nothing to like really go into bodies, it becomes very awkward because March Hare doesn't summon back from the banish. It just adds itself or a Malice monster from the banish back to hand. So I was getting into a position and I'm like, okay, because before I was maxing out on the Marche. I was playing 3 Marche, 3 Chessy Cat. And I was just drawing some really awkwardish hands that made me play a bit differently. So when I saw this, I just wanted to check if it's still recording. When I saw this, I'm like, okay, I need to change some things in the deck to make it a little bit better. I don't know. Let me move this a little bit more down here. That's a bit better for you guys to see. So with that, I also sat back and I thought, okay, what does Marche do? And when I got versing this Vanquish Soul K9, he Paradise Smashes me, and I'm like, where I just lose now. Because now I'm looking at it, I'm like, Marche activates in hand. The best thing Marche can do on your opponent's turn is Marche with Rabbit. You use the Marche to banish the Rabbit, summon the Rabbit to set the 07. You use the 07 to banish the Marche, add the Dormouse or the Chessy Cat. Use the Marche to add itself back to hand. Then on your turn, all you have to do is normal summon and then be like effect, and it really puts a lot of pressure on them. You could even just first action link off the White Rabbit to go into Lingribo. That's where you know your Dormouse can't get impermed, your Chessy can't get impermed. And if they ash the Chessy, you're like, okay, well, now the Red Ransom is really going to put in work. So I'm like, okay, that scenario Marche is really good, but it's a 2-card combo. And what happened was I versed someone and I'm like, cool, Marche, banish White Rabbit, summon, summon, summon. And I'm like, okay, right now I'm in the zone here. And this guy just goes, cool, bro. Izuna effect? And I'm like, huh? To do what? Summon itself, dump a K9. I'm like, okay. Lupus effect? I'm like, okay. Brought the 2 of them out. And then he's like, Nash Knight? And I'm like, okay. And then he just ended up taking stuff, and it was just really rough. So I'm then thinking about it, I'm like, I don't think Marche at 3 is the right call right now. Especially in this format where I felt hand traps were very, very... It's one of the hardest formats to play hand traps, because you have to know when to play your hand traps. And even if you know, okay, I need to do certain actions, you look at it and you're like, I'm so scared to do this, because if I do this, I potentially just unlock this person's hand to paradise me and I'm dead. So yeah, I wouldn't change these ratios right now. I feel these ratios are correct. Going forward, if the format becomes more solidified and streamlined, you could look to revisit this. But I do think, as a Malice player, this is your correct ratio: 2, 2, 2, and 3, which is crazy because I always said Chessy was the worst one, but now she's doing the Lord's work most of the time. So that's it on the Malice names. Then for the spells, this is quick: 2 field spell, 1 terraforming, 1 gold zark. There's nothing to say this. You play this as much as you can. Those are starters and extenders into the deck. MTP07, it's mandatory. You have to play this one. And then I am still playing the Malice in the Mirror. Some people cut it, some people don't. I just find it nice to have, because if I have field spell in hand, I can just search the Malice in the Mirror, set the Malice in the Mirror, and build my board along those lines. I'm still main decking the 06 trap, the Reborn trap. I really like the 06 trap because it allows you to make the big board far easier. The big board in my version is the Allied Code Talker with the Firewall and the Red Ransom and the other Malice name, and a potential back row set being either 06 or 07. Before I would prioritize 06, but now I'm prioritizing 07 set down in the back. So yeah, I see some people putting this into the side. I still think it's main deck. You're already playing a deck that people think is not that consistent, but it is consistent if you build your deck and tailor your plays to be a little bit more consistent through boards. And then for the other 3 backup, 1 wizard. I'll show you something neat about this card in a moment. But yeah, this card helps you extend. This card helps you start if things are really rough in the chat. This card helps you just play through boards and do a lot. You have to play 3 and 1. I don't know if this card is still expensive or hard to come by, but yeah, it's still the 3 and 1. And then for the Bestials, Drewsworm, Magnemite, and then I also play the Baldrake. I'm a Dragon Link player. I love my dragons. The dragons will always come to me when I need them least, like the finals. But yeah, I don't think you should change any of this. Originally, I was playing the Baldrake to really stop and put pressure onto the Mitsurugi boards, and at the end of the day, until the ban list comes out, Rising Mitsurugi is still a full-powered deck. Fiendsmith is still a full-powered engine. And you need to play some amount of Bestials to counteract that. I thought these Bestials would be great into the Yami match because I'm like, cool, hit with one of their names, hit the link, summon this both out, and then be like, cool, you want to do something? Because I'm just going to go Baldrake, Tribute the Mag, banish your Synchro and stuff. It's better in my head than it is in practice. But yeah, that's the main deck. I don't think you can cut any of these cards. I think this is your Malice engine, your Malice core. You can't take out any of these cards in my eyes. Maybe if you're really pushing it, you can take out a Baldrake. That is about it right now. Then we go on to the non-engine. I played 3 Flua because I thought it was good into rogue matches and stuff. I played 3 Ash Blossoms to stop Flua and to stop monsters. Also, I thought it was good, this format. And then I played 3 Impulse. Impulse is probably the only good card that I have in this deck for non-engine wise right now. Because Impulse actually does a lot. Against a Vanquished Soul player, I'll explain how I use the Impulse to just save my ass. And then Imperm, because I thought Imperm was gonna be good. Going on my turn, I could just be like, cool, Imperm your Synchro. Now what you gonna do? You're gonna tag it out? I got no monsters. And then he's probably thinking, oh, this guy's gonna thrust me, talents me, and all these other things. I don't know about. I still actually do think, yes, Imperm is potentially the right call, and that is purely because of the canines. And the fact that the canine can just jump out at you so quickly when you do the right thing, like interacting with your opponent, is what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is supposed to be about. Knowing your opponent's deck, knowing where the choke points are in your opponent's deck is what I feel makes you a good player at Yu-Gi-Oh! And now I look at it and they be like, normal summon Razen effect, and I'm like, oof. Part of me wants to ash this, but a part of me doesn't want to ash this thing and just get cooked. So yeah, and then I play 2 Droll in the main. The reason for the 2 Droll is I don't play Drolls at 3, just personal preference, because whenever I play Droll at 3, I just always end up drawing a hand of 3 Droll, which is crazy because today I've drawn a hand of 2 Droll quite a few times. And every time I drew 2 Droll, my opponent somehow bricked or just didn't do anything. Or I had Droll and Flua. So I know one of my games was Droll, Flua, Imperm, and Dormouse. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of wild. So yeah, that's the non-engine part. Before this, I was playing the 2 Purulia. I just found that Purulia wasn't gonna work well right now in this format, especially in the locals and the way guys are playing. I just found Purulia to be a very weird card to activate, because at the same time, I'm gonna be like, cool, Vanquish Soul player, I'm going to Purulia you. And they'd be like, cool, thanks for Puruliaing me. Anyway, because you activated a monster effect, canine my ass. And I'm like, oh, that happened. And then the 41st card is Talent. I just like having decks a little bit above 40. I don't like decks at 40 on the dot unless it's a very, very streamlined, clean deck. I just found Talents to be such a good card because these people are just dropping monsters on me, and I'm like, cool, now you got a monster. I can thrust Talent, look at hand. It's still good. I'm the one, if you watch my videos in the past, I kept on saying, this card is so good, it's so strong. I love it, and yeah, it's still a really, really good card. And then I played 3 hot takes, and so this is supposed to be the 1 Purulia, 2 Purulia that came out of my deck, and then that's the 1 March here. I played 3 A Lot of Darkness. Now, was it big brain? Was it smart? I don't know. Did it work? Absolutely. I had guys shook out of their boots because they didn't know what to do when I was activating this. In the game, in the final game, game 5 to come first, game 2, I absolutely obliterated the guy because of this card. And I really like it because I'm like, hey, you know what? If I draw 2 Purulia, I'm doing nothing with them. Because I Purulia, let's say I'm going up against a Yami, I Purulia them. Okay, cool. I just gave them Upstart Goblin and I made their thrust live. To set Purge, or even to set, I don't even know what, Black Goat Laughs, which is a ridiculously good card this format. So I'm like, okay, that's not really good. What else can this goat do well? Because I always found like my board, starting my turn, was really susceptible and weak, because people always be like, okay, he normal Dormouse, he's going to banish, he's going to do this, he's going to do that, I know what's in his hand. But when they start getting hit with a lure, it's like they just fizzle, and they'll be like, maybe he bricked, do I need to stop this? I think this is this is the choke point. And it performed so well for me, the Allure of Darkness. Going into the final game, game 1, I know I versed Yami. My final match was Yami, and he ended up winning it, so congrats to Sasha for winning. Game 1, he just absolutely, he built the Yami board, and I tried so hard to break it. I used the Bestial, I put the Bestial Baldrake in defense, I summoned, he booked, and then it got into a weird state. It was a bit of a grindy game, but it got into a state where he went the synchro to tag out and to summon 2, and I'm like, cool, talents to take. And now he was like in a really weird position because he didn't know what to do. So when I went talents to take, he summoned the synchro and I took the synchro. I then flipped I think I flipped the Baldrake because you summoned the previous turn, and I didn't commit my normal. And I linked it off and I made SP. And I used SP to banish his field spell. Because in my mind, I'm like, that field spell is gone now. His monsters are all small again. I just have to put enough pressure on the board that he can't push through and kill me. So if you watch that game with Triff and Lucas Sarko, Triff set Ash, and I had one better. I went and tributed my monster, I think, and no, I didn't tribute. I went and summoned out Mag, and I used Mag to add Drewsworm. And I'm like, I do enough here. This is enough for me to survive. and he plays the second field spell, which I expected him to play. If you're a good Yami player, I expected the second field spell. But I thought maybe I could stall or push long enough or do enough to stop it, but it was just too much at that point, because the interruptions that he was doing to me, I just couldn't get to a link 3 effectively. So I'm like, okay, let's go game 2. So I'm like, right, game 2, let's go. I draw double Alert of Darkness. I said, cool. I know this deck plays Purge and stuff, so I'm like, okay, right, let's go. Alert of Darkness. Main phase, he's looking a little bit puzzled, because I'm like, you're gonna chain. I was thinking maybe bro decided to hold Lance here and he wants to chain it to Alert. I'm like, oh, even better. Give me a Pot of Greed. So I went to Alert. He's thinking, and then he decides Ash Alert. I'm like, sure, bro. Alert of Darkness again. He's like, bro, I can't let this go. And I'm like, hello, response? He's like, yeah, I'm purging this thing now. And he's feeling like he's on top of the world, because he's like, he ashed, he purged. He already burned through 2 cards. He's thinking, I got nothing in my hand to play through this. Normal summon Dormouse effect. Normal summon Dormouse, and the life just drains out of him. I go Dormouse, summon, build the board. Next thing he knows, the board was so intensely big. It was Echoed, Firewall, Binder, Red Ransom, and Lingeribo. And before y'all say I can't summon Lingeribo after that, I summoned the Lingeribo way early. I used the Wicked Zone here to summon the Lingeribo, and then I full comboed around it. Then I linked it off and I used to go into this zone, and then I full comboed on this part of the board, and I left the Lingeribo there the whole game, and he was just shocked. So he goes standby. I'm like, cool. Main phase. I'm like, cool. He goes battle phase. I'm like, even better. He goes end of battle phase. I'm like, what you got for me? Evenly matched. I'm like, cool. Evenly matched. I'm like, okay. Anything else on even? He's like, no, boss. I'm like, Lingeribo, negate this thing. He's like, yeah, take game. Because I still got the echoed negates. And then I just, for the lols, I flipped up the other 2 cards that I drew off Chessy Cat, which was Impulse and DDG. I had Impulse and a D-Barrier. So yeah, that was insane. And then game 3 was just, once I'm talking about it, I'll go through game 3 and what happened. So in game 3, for the final, he goes first, and I draw into Shifter. Spoiler now, I'm telling you, Shifter's in the side. So I draw into Shifter and I hit him, Shifter, pa, and I'm like, go. And now he's building his board. He's trying his best. So his end board was Snatchy, Name, added Surprise to hand, Prosperitied, looked and pulled Imperm. And he just set the 2. I'm like, right, Imperm set, Surprise set. Let's go. In my hand, I had Backup, Chessy Cat, GW06, and GW06 Field Spell, and another unplayable card that didn't really do much. But anyway, and I had shifted, and then I shifted him and I drew something else that did nothing. But that was the board, and on my turn, I'm like, right. It's a bit awkward because I got the field spell and I got the 06, and I'm like, if I banish the field spell to draw 2, I'm cooked. If I banish the 06 to draw 2, I'm also probably cooked. So I'm thinking, how do I play around this? So just normal the Chessy Cats, and I'll be like, okay, right, I know one of them is Imper. I make Lingeribo. And then I go Chessy Cat effect to bring it back. So Chessy Cat brought back. And then I'm like, then I'm like, anything here? He's like, no. And I'm like, okay, fine. Then when I brought the two there, then I'm like, you got anything? Yeah, he's like, no. I'm like, okay. Then he when I brought it back, he said on summon, surprise, I'm sorry, bounced his Snatchy and his other monster back to hand, bounced my two back to deck. So I'm back to hand. So I'm like, okay, that's gone. The only thing that's left here is Imperm. And I still got backup in hand. So I'm going to go normal. I'll go Field Spell, banish the rabbit, summon the rabbit, or even, and then use Effect of Rabbit to set the trap, the 07. He might Imperm the rabbit, or even if I go Dormouse. Because if that time, if he bounced the 2, I'm like, he's got nothing left. The Dormouse would have been the correct call at that point. If he didn't bounce it, then I'm already threatening a Link 3 because I have backup in hand. So yeah. I then go Field Spell. I'm like, right, I got the last push. The Imperm is not going to be enough. Under Shifter. He bells the Field Spell. And I'm like, bro, this cannot be real. Bell is what lost me the OTS. And I'm like, I can't. Because this is now I think this is now the second time that I've lost a big event because of Ghost Spell. Another one was when they Ghost Spelled my Splash Mage. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of rough. But yeah, that's how the game 3 went. I'm side noting, let's go back to the deck profile. Call by the Grave, I need to stop Lancia. Third roll, because if I see Mutsu, I'm just putting it in. Shifter. It's Shifter. It said 1, but I saw it. 2 Noob. I don't know about this card. This one is hit and miss. 2 Purulia. Hot take. Malchamis. Terrible cards. Shit cards. Don't play. Do not play them. Because I'm like a great gun thinking, hey, Vanquish sold someone from here and Purulia. No. It just makes it worse getting dice smashed. Because then you playing Purulia draw into Nub. But hey, Zuna, Lupus, another 5, all 3 make dice smasher. That's you can't even noob them. Dice smasher summon 4. But yeah, I'll put that to the side. That's not important right now. I was then thinking, let's do some breakers. So I went double thrust. Talents is already in the main deck. 1 DDG Shifter. It's at 4 now. D barrier, call Synchro, call Xyz, and then oh, I don't even know if this is still on camera. No, it's not. Duster, back row, normal good stuff. Dot deck. I wasn't playing Lightning Storm, mainly because I play Bestials, and most of the time I do Bestial someone and I have a body on board, so the Lightning Storm gets a bit awkward. I was thinking of also Raigekis. I don't know. I felt the Tempai in me come out when I was thinking about Raigeki, because I'm like, hey, Shifter, Raigeki, Duster, and then what more can I play? But yeah, as you can see from here, there's no Lancia. And so this is the thing. My really close friend James, he came third at our state, so congrats James on that. Him and I are like the only Malice players, and the reason why I say that is everyone else who plays Malice, I feel him and I are at this level that we know these decks inside and out. We don't need Lancia to beat them. And I told him, like, we're in the car and we're driving to the OTS, and I'm like, bro, we are siding Lancia for each other. Why are we doing this? It's only you and I who play this deck, And if someone else randomly pulls up with Malice, good luck. They literally probably found the two worst matchups in the country. So, and I'm like, let's take the Lancia out and have a good game, because if you and I are in the finals, I'll feel it's so much more entertaining and exciting for us not to play Lancia. We both know we don't have Lancia in the decks. We're just gonna play purely on skill and and breaking each other's board, which I think is so much more enjoyable. So I told him, hey, let's cut the Lancia out. So him and I were like discussing, okay, what do we put into the deck, into the side deck? Originally, I had Ghost Bell. Ironically, I had Ghost Bell in my side for a long time. Ghost Bell hurts me, just specifically me, when I least expect it. But Ghost Bell does nothing when I play it to anyone. So I said, nah, I'm not playing this ass card right now. I settled on a few cards. It was Blackout Laughs, Judgment, Dark Ruler. Those were the few that were being thrown around. And my concerns with this were as follows. From biggest problem to smallest problem. The biggest problem I had with Dark Ruler No More is that it doesn't address the board, it delays the board. Because you Dark Ruler them, you don't do damage. You outing the board, sure, but they get another turn. And with these new decks, one turn is all it takes to just do a lot. Because yes, you're not dealing with the monsters on field, but they still got back row, they still got hand traps. I feel like the Dark Ruler doesn't address those problems. And James agreed with me. He's like, I agree. That's the same reason why I also didn't want to put Dark Ruler. So I'm like, okay, that's a big problem with Dark Ruler. Then we went Judgment, and I'm like, I think Judgment is a great card. He's like, yeah, it is. It's a great card. And I'm like, one problem. I don't have life points to pay. I can't confidently judgment someone and be like, yeah, I can still kill you, with whatever weak little cards I got left in my hand. And I'm like, and also Judgment is a going first card, and I'm like, bro, we already got the DDGs, we already got D barriers and things going first. How much more do we need to stop someone? And then he's like, okay. And I'm like, how do we break a board or insulate ourselves? And then he's like, we agreed on 3 evenly matched. And I'm like, I like it. Because Vanquish Soul player, ironically, cooks them. The Vanquish Soul player I versed with K9, evenly matched, cooks them. But he had Lancia twice. By the way, I won that game. Sorry to share. So evenly matched, I think, is a ridiculously good card. It addresses the entire Yummy board. It addresses the entire K9 board. It addresses it addresses Mitsurugi if you stop the trap somehow. But it's a really good card, and I'm happy to see this back into my side deck again. I've done a lot of cool chain links and moves with this card in end of battle phase. So yeah, Evenly's back in the side for the extra deck. Link 1, Lingaribo, Link 1, Lingaribo. The second one comes up. This guy's been in and out as a 1, he's a 2, then he goes back to 1, then he goes back to 2. I don't know. Just play him at 2. I think he's right at 2. It only becomes necessary to have him at 2 when you're playing like decks that have impulse or imperms and things. Then you'd be like, okay. But if they don't imperm your Dormouse, I'm like, they probably don't have imperm. It's safe to assume, unless they're on some goated strat. Link Spider for when I get nibbed. I didn't get nibbed today, so thankfully, and it never got summoned. A lot of people hold this Link Spider for when you use Wizard to summon back 2, and I'm like, Why? That's already so late. At that point, I already got the trap, the other trap. I've drawn what, binder 1, chessy cat 2. I've already drawn 3, excluding the other draws that I got from the other ads that I got of Red Ransom and things. I'm like, okay, at that point, I feel it's too late. I feel like this deck you have to nib early or it's bust. Almiraj. Almiraj came back into the deck, although I never summoned it, because when I came back to playing the locals that I won, I'm versing one of the guys. His name is Imad, and I'm like, cool. So game 1, I beat him. Game 2, I'm like, right, I outed this board. I stopped enough. Let's play. Normal summon Ash with confidence, with vigor. And he's like, oof, that's a move. I'm like, yeah, boss. Link 1, and I look in my extra deck. I'm like, I don't have Almiraj. Let me count my cards, and I count 15. And I'm like, I thought I had Almiraj. He's like, yeah. So now what you doing? I'm like, well, I already summoned this Ash. I'm leaving him in attack position. And then I just died. So Almiraj came in case I sometimes forget that he's not there. So I put him back there in case. So I know he is there. Splash Mage, mandatory. Wicked, mandatory. Little Knight. Little Knight's only job currently in life is to banish the Yummy Field spell, which they play 2 of. So, yeah. I didn't really... I used SP quite well today. I used it to break a ridiculously strong board against a guy playing Unchained Fiendsmith dot deck. But yeah, his board was insane. Dark, I never summoned him, cut him. He was good once upon a time when Murukumos were going wild, when Futsos were being summoned. Now he's just an L. Like you play this. None of the new decks really play darks. So what are you really targeting? Yeah, this is not that good right now. This is definitely chopping block material. Haggard, mandatory. If you don't play this, it's gonna come up one day and you're gonna be like, I should have had Haggard. One of each 3. I really prioritize Crypta a lot in my combos, mainly because Crypta answers the end boards more effectively currently. This outs the field spell for Yummy. I say that like I play so many Yummy games. Today was the first time I ever played a Yummy match and I lost, so I got a very bad record. Don't take it with a grain of salt. Access code. This card must get banned from this deck. Like, you can play access code in every deck except Malice because in combo you'll already have this just by getting to your board. You'll already have an access code, gain 3000, pop 2, banish, draw 1, go for game. This card, problems. Firewall Dragon, I like him because he bounces 3. That's about it. And he's shiny. And I did something very disgusting to Dylan today. I'm sorry, Dylan. That was a very bad way to start your tournament. But yeah. And then Echoed. He's nice. Allied Code Talker. I keep calling him Echoed. Allied. He's nice because he's an Omni Negate. And he's big. So yeah. Let me run through my games quickly, because this video is probably like an hour long for all I know. Let me check how long it is. 40 minutes. Not bad. Like, it's almost time on the round. So, game 1. Oh, by the way, we had 5 rounds for OTS today. I lost all 5 dice rolls. I I've rolled so many sixes, but my opponent also rolls six. I'll roll a six, they roll a six, and then I'll roll a five, they roll six. I'm like, bro, this dice is just cooked. If you know how to win dice rolls, please tell me. I'm willing to trade hugs. Only if you male. I'm married. But yeah, game one, I versed Dylan. His name Dylan Horn. Bro. When he versed me, he's like, why am I versing you first? I'm like, hey boss, don't stress, you'll cook me. Because I've not played much. I've only played for 2 weeks, and I versed Blue Eyes and I got absolutely wrecked. And I just told him, hey, you know what? Skill Drain is a card. You just skill drain me and I'm dead. But in game one, he won the dice roll, and he's like, great, I get to go first. I'm like, okay. And his board was nothing actually. What was this poor man's board? I think his board was oh yeah, he says he bricks, and I'm like, okay, I don't really know how you brick, but if you bricked, you bricked. He normal summons something. What did this man? Oh yeah, he normal summoned Sage, I think. Oh, he normal summoned Veiler. Yeah, he normal Veiler. And I'm like, oh, that's rough. And then he links it off into Spirit, and I'm like, okay. And he goes Spirit effect to add. I'm like, okay. So he adds a Mausoleum. I'm like, okay, cool, bro. Then he goes Mausoleum, target Spirit to dump. And I'm like, okay. And then he goes Spirit effect to summon out Blue Eyes. So look at my hand, and I'm like, I should let him get to this Blue Eyes and hold the Bestial for the Maiden, because the Maiden is the problematic child. Because by the looks of it, he doesn't really have a easy way to synchro. So I'm like, okay. So I hit out his Blue Eyes, and then he goes something, I don't even remember what this bro does. But anyway, there's a Maiden in the graveyard. I just turned and I see Maiden in the grave, and I'm like, okay. Steal this Maiden when he's trying to summon out the Maiden. And then he's like, oh, that's kind of rough. I'm like, yeah, I'd be like that. And then he goes raw, and I'm like, to do what? He's like, he goes raw to summon from hand or something. And I'm like, okay. Impulse. And he's like, yo, that's rough. And I'm like, okay, yeah, anything else, bro? Because now his end board is his end board was Blue Eyes. Oh, he went Prayers. He started off with Prayers. He discarded the Trap or something. I don't even know what this bro did. But anyway, his end board was just Blue Eyes and the True Light in the back row. And I'm like, cool. And it came to my turn, and I'm like, normal Dormouse. He's like, yeah. Effect. He's like, okay. And I'm like, bro, you're dead. I just built the board, and I'm like, yeah, access code, gain 3000. He's like, yeah, that's strong. Access code effects, pop, and destroy that True Light. He's like, huh? I'm like, yeah, destroy True Light. He's like, I'm like, you can't respond to access code. So the True Light goes, and then Blue Eyes goes, and I'm like, Binder will come back, draw one, battle phase. He's like, okay, how much is that? I'm like, access code is 5,300, and this one here is 2,300 plus 600 because I used Dormouse effect. He's like, is that game? I'm like, yeah, it's game. He's like, oh shit. I didn't draw well. I'm like, yeah, I don't know how you didn't draw well because I saw full combo. But anyway, go game 2. And this guy, I'm like, right, he's playing Blue Eyes. I just like, okay, let's put the Malchamis, Fluas in, the Purulias in, I was on the fence on the Nub and the Imperm, and I'm like, I don't really know about the Imperm, but we'll see what we're doing. Maybe we'll keep, we put in evenly matched. And I put Shifter. In. And I'm like, yeah, I see the Shifter. I'm like, this is going to be very rough, boss. I'm like, I'm like, anything in draw phase, bro? He's like, no, I don't think I got anything in draw. I'm like, cracked. Shifter? He's like, what's this do? I'm like, can't send to grave. Anything that's sent there is just banished. He's like, you, that's rough. And I'm like, yeah, it'd be like that. I think this guy went wishes, and I'm like, okay. He went wishes, banished his card that he needed to banish, discard off wishes. Then his wishes got banished, his raw got banished. He went, he normal primite, eat the barrel effective place. I'm like, okay. So he went and placed a Lordly Load, or he added Lordly, and then he went Lordly Load effect to add Drill Beam. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, what Drill Beam does is like it negates and banishes. I'm like, oh yeah, against Malice, that's really tough. And anyway, he's building his board. His board was genuinely Ether Barrel, Drill Beam, Lordly Load. I think he tried to go Lordly Load effect to summon from deck, and I impulsed it. After I shifted, he's like, impulse again. I'm like, yeah, it'd be like that, bro. It's I'm sorry. So I just start playing, and then next thing bro knows, I attack him for quite a bit of damage. I use Cryptor. I use Cryptor to banish his Primite, and I had Cryptor and another monster. So I then attacked him for I tried to play under Nib, so I didn't play greedily, because I knew if I made Firewall there, the Cryptor would have been the Cryptor coming back would have been summon 5, and if I got Nibbed, I was cooked. So what I did was I went battle phase Cryptor, attacked him for 3,100. And yeah, I don't know, he also hand trapped me a little bit there. I can't really remember what happened in that game state, but all I know is I saw Cryptor and I saw another monster. So I'm like, hey, we're going for broke here, boss. I made Firewall, and then I said Cryptor effect brought it back underneath the Firewall. Like, if you're playing Malice for a long time, you know this combo is a devastating combo. And he's like, what does Firewall do? I'm like, it just targets cards in graveyard or field and bounces them back to hand. He's like, oh, okay, cool. I'm like, yeah. End phase. He's like, yeah, end phase is good. I'm like, in end phase, Firewall. He's like, to do what? I'm like, bounce a card from the graveyard or field back to hand. He's like, okay, what you targeting? And I'm like, target Shifter. Yeah, so yeah, I targeted the Shifter, brought the Shifter back to my hand. He's like, I'm like, your go, bro. He's like, are you gonna shift to me again? I'm like, your go, bro. He's like, don't do this. I'm like, he drew for turn. I'm like, in the draw phase, effect of dimensional shifter, because I control no cards in the green. Bro was so tilted that this happened to him game 1. But yeah, poor guy. Game 2, I lost the die roll again. Oh, I lost all the die rolls. I versed another Blue Eyes player, and at this point of the tournament, I'm like, bring them all to me. They're all catching these hands today by Shifter. That guy, Shay, he was my friend. He's my friend from school. He's a really nice guy, Joe Dash. He just started recently, so he's getting into the game and used to it. So he won his first game, so well, good, big ups to him. And then game 2, he's versing me at table 1. I'm like, oof, good luck, bro. So we go table game one. I don't even know what I did to this poor man, but anyway, all I knew he had nothing. He just had a blue. I don't even think he had blue. He had an empty board. I think I impulsed his spirit, his link one to summon back the blue eyes. I'm like impulse because he had the other card there. Because his hand was really awkward. Like when he was playing it, you could see like he's thinking and stuff. He's like, "Oh, I don't think bro's got anything." So I impulsed him and he had an empty board, and I'm like, oh, shame. Come to my turn, and I'm like, alert of darkness. He's like, what does alert do? I'm like, banish, draw two and banish. And then he ashes it. I'm like, cool. Normal Chessy Cat. Chessy Cat effect. And he's like, what does Chessy Cat do? I'm like, banish and draw two. And he's like, okay, I need to banish a malice to draw two. And he's like, okay, I'm going to veil this. And I'm like, cool, bro. Link one into Lingri, bro. Anything is like, no, I'm like, right. Field spell. He asked me, what does the field spell do? I'm like, banish from deck. And I just banish and I start comboing. And then I'm like, I don't even know what happened over here, because no, what happened was I rolled him on his turn. So I was like, I'm gonna make the full board and I'm going to use the firewall to bounce the droll back to hand. He did something to, he stopped me because what I was going to do was I was going to bind her back into the firewall zone or something I was going to do. Some weird play I would put into, because he did hand trap me quite a bit. It wasn't just those two hand traps. But anyway, I firewalled. I went binder summon back, and oh yeah, he paused and he flew at me, and then I made a really weird end board on him, and he didn't know what to do because I rolled him. I rolled myself, and I made a board, and then I went. I'm like, anything here? He's like, no, bro. And then he rolled himself. When I went binder to draw one, he's like, on res, droll because you added a card from deck to your hand. I'm like, bro, you drolled yourself. I was gonna droll you. I was gonna droll you again, but you just saved me from bouncing my own droll. But yeah, that was game two. I don't even know what happened with Blue Eyes players do some crazy things. After the two Blue Eyes matches, I go up against my really good friend Nilesh, and I'm like, at this point, like, I was a little bit salty with him because he Lancia James, and I'm like, why are you putting Lancia in your side deck if you are going up against your friends? If you're going up against your friends, you want to have an enjoyable game. Why are you doing this to us? You are causing us to suffer in the chat. And I'm like, okay, anyway, Neil, let's go for game. So game one goes on, and I flew at the guy, and he's like, set one back row, pass. And I'm like, huh? Because now I got Dormouse, and I got a Chessy Cat. And I'm like, okay, what do I do here? I don't even know what to do here. Because I'm like, okay, the way it looked at it, it's either he didn't have Ash, because he would have ashed the Flua, and because I flued him, he decided to set to make a very subpar board. And he set a back row. That back row is possibly imperm to stop me, because he probably had full combo, but he wasn't comfortable giving me the Flua draws. So there's no Ash. That's what was going through my head. Because I'm like, he's got one set card, he's got this thing, alright, cool. Then I'm like, normal Chessy Cat. And because I'm playing around this imperm. Because if I normal Dormouse, it's gonna get impermed, and Dormouse is weak. I don't know. I don't feel comfortable attacking to a face down card. So I just normal Chessy Cat. I'm like, anything on Chessy is like, no, I'm like, Chessy Cat effect. I'm like, let me see the imperm now. This guy ashed me. And I'm like, huh? If he had Ash and he had the floor, he could have just ashed the floor unless this was bricked properly. And I'm like, okay, maybe he bricked. So he's on top deck mode. And I'm like, cool. Chessy Cat attack this face down. Flip summons one Unchained card. 1/5 at defense. I'm like, oh, shit. Nothing happens. Then I'm like, okay, right. He's got this one card set. Probably one trap card or one imperm or something. I had GW6 in hand. Yeah, I had GW6 in hand. So I did have that. So I'm like, okay, let me link into Lingeribo to check another trap card that he could potentially play, because this will check the Unchained traps. Although they don't really activate on field, so I don't know. Maybe he had the Unchained trap card set and he wanted to chain it. So I'm like, okay, I'll make the Lingeribo. Then I'm seeing like nothing's happening with this trap card. So I set the imperm in that column to pin that card down. Because if he, so I can use the imperm to imperm one of his monsters, put that trap card offline, and the Lingeribo will check it if it's a Unchained trap or something else. So I'm like, okay, that works. So I just like, and I had my GW6 set, so it's just Lingeribo GO6. I'm like, okay, cool, bro, pass. I had another Chessy Cat, and he's like, okay. And then he's like, draws Engraver. It goes Engraver effect. I'm like, okay. Add Sanct. Sanct. I'm like, okay. And he summons the token, and then the judge is like, no, you can't summon the token because you control this monster. He's like, oof. I'm like, hey, bro, you had this thing. I don't know what to do. I don't know what your cards do. I never afforded Fiendsmith. And then, anyway, he plays, makes his board. He makes Lacrima. And now I see this Lacrima on the field. I'm like, hey, this Lacrima is going to dump Engraver, imperm this thing. And then I'm like, wait, he started off with Engraver. Why am I imperming Lacrima when I know I'm supposed to imperm Sequence? Then I look at him, I'm like, oh, he's like, you can take it back, but then I'm moving this card. I'm like, no, it's fine. Imperm this Lacrima, I committed to it, carry on. So he makes Desiree, and then he makes Agnamde. I'm like, okay. And then he used a Desiree effect to Agnamde effect to summon Desiree, and I'm like, okay. Desiree effect to equip. I'm like, okay. Anyway, I didn't tell him that when he sent the Desiree, he could have banged my Lingeribo or something. I don't know what Desiree does either. So I'm like, okay. He goes battle phase. I'm like, sure, bro. Hits me for 5,000 some change because the Lingeribo was small and Desiree was big. So I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm probably losing this game one. So I draw for turn. I'm like, talents. I'm like, oh, boss, you are going to get cooked so hard right now. So I start my turn off. I'm trying to, he's probably thinking I'm top decking for the dream here. And I'm like, main phase? He's like, yeah, it's fine. I'm like, GW6. He's like, what does this do? I'm like, it reborns from grave. Or banished, but I got nothing banished. So reborns from grave, and if I control a link 3, I gain the life. But I don't control a link 3. I'm just trying to summon this oak out so I can play the game. He's like, Desiree negate this thing. I'm like, okay, if you must. That's kind of rough. Then I'm like, he still had some cards in hand. But he still had this one set card, and I didn't know what that was. So I'm like, let's test it one more time in the waters. Normal Chessy Cat. And I'm like, anything on Chessy Cat? He's like, no, it's fine. Chessy Cat effect. He's like, what is this? I'm like, banish, draw 2, summon. Banish to draw, banish the malice, draw 2. And he's like, okay. So I banished the white rabbit from hand. I draw a card, draw 2 cards. Papa. I'm like, right. I drew more gas at that point. And I'm like, white rabbit effect. Pay 300 to come back. He's like, okay, you on 2000 something. You took 5000 something. Yeah, you took 300. He's like, you on 2 something life. I'm like, okay, it's fine, bro. Pay 300 to summon back. So summon the white rabbit back. I'm like, white rabbit effect to set a trap. He's like, okay. So I set the 07. And I'm like, anything here? He's like, no, bro. I'm adding the damage here. I'm like, okay, I got 1-5 here. I got 1-2 here. This Desiree is how much? 5,000 something. I'm like, okay. Talents to take. He's looking a little bit puzzled now. He's shocked. Talents to take. He's a bit rough in the chat. Give me your Desiree now. So now here I got his Desiree with the Agnamde equipped and the sequence equipped, and my 2 small malice girls gonna cook him. I'm like, battle phase. Threatened battle phase, all under summon 5. So no nib, no nothing. Like, battle phase, anything. He's like, battle phase is fine. I'm like, because I know about gauze and people play weird ass cards. Attack with the rabbit. He's like, okay, how much I take? I'm like, 1-2. He's like, okay. I'm like, it's fine. Attack with the Chessy cat. 1-5. He's like, okay, it's fine. Attack with Desiree. He's like, how much is Desiree? I'm like, you tell me. This thing is big. It's got these equips. He didn't. And then, yeah. So I cooked him with his own Desiree. Sorry, Neil. Game 2, it was a crazy game. I Purulia at him, and then I flew at him, and this was inboard was Caesar, Soul of Rage, 1 big ass fusion, 3 back row, and some, I don't think he had any cards in hand. And come to my turn, I draw Duster and 2 Ash, and I'm like, cool, bro. Floor you again. So if you try to use the Soul of Rage, you're gonna get Fluid. He's like, okay. Then I'm like, Duster. He's like, oh shit. And I'm like, yeah, destroy the back row. He's like, you're gonna help me out. I'm like, okay, destroy this thing. I don't know what these traps do. I need to sort them out now. Destroy the 2 traps. Both traps went to summon 2 monsters. I'm like, no cards in hand, right? Ash the 1 trap. He's like, okay. Summon 1 monster out. Now the Fluid draw. I'm like, right, now we're playing. And then I baited out the Caesar. I baited out some other things. I make Linger Evil. And he's like, yeah, it's fine. My next summon was... I make Linger Evil. And the next summon was SP. And I go SP, banishing the Soul of Rage. And then you go chain Soul of Rage to synchro, and I'm like, chain SP, target this fusion to banish both. And he's like, okay, so they both get banished. So I'm like, yeah. So banish the tool, the Soul of Rage. I'm like, the Soul of Rage activates. He's like, no, because I don't have a monster negation. Tough. So the Soul of Rage goes. And then now his board is just there's a Caesar that has nothing, 1 Unchained Trap that came in defense, and another Unchained Trap that cannot be activated this turn. So I'm like, okay, right. Let's start playing now. Normal summon, and I start going wild on him. Build the full board. So this time I didn't have the firewall. This time I had access code. So I had allied access code, 2 names, the binder and the ransom, 07 set, Ash in hand, Impulse in hand, and the Impulse set, or Malice in the Mirror set. I don't even know how I cooked this source board. I was just like, okay, battle phase, because I used the access code to hit some bodies, and I'm just like, attack, and I hit him, and then I'm like, right, then yeah, he gave me game there, but it was already such a grindy game. We didn't realize, because I used SP's effect, I couldn't attack directly, but it didn't change the game state because I already attacked his small monster. So he took the access core, he took a lot of damage from the small guy, because allied core talker was plus 1500. So it was at 3800 into that small monster. And then on top of it, he's getting a binder banished his whole graveyard. He ripped his engraver, Requiem Yama. He had O7 coming to hit him from the top rope. So it was a lot that he had to go through. So yeah, then we go game 4. Game 4 was against Trishan, a really good player, one of the really good players in Durban, probably the best player in Durban. It depends who you ask. I think he's a great player. So go up against Trishan. He's on Vanquish Soul K9. In Trishan, game 1, he won this dice roll, no surprise, and his hand is really weird. Like, he goes Holy Su. I'm like, okay, and he reveals Jiaolong. I'm like, alright. Then he goes Jiaolong, reveal Jiaolong to summon because he reveals a fire. I'm like, okay. And then he goes Holy Soul effect, reveal Jiaolong that was in hand. So he had 2 Jiaolongs. He reveals another Jiaolong, and he reveals Bogger. And I'm like, what's Holy Soul trying to do? Summon from deck, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, let's impulse this thing. He's like, that's kind of rough in the chat. So I'm like, yeah. Anyway, then he's puzzling a little bit. He doesn't really know what to do at this situation because I just impulsed him. He used the Holy Su and Jiaolong, makes a Ripper effect. I'm like, okay, what does it do? It adds Force Liberation, or it adds. No, I think, bro, I think, yeah, it adds Force Liberation. I'm like, okay, and then he goes hard summon Izuna because I control 2 cards. So he normals Uzuna dump Lupus. I don't even know how he got the second 5 out, but he got a second 5 out. But anyway, his end board was Lupus in grave. Yeah, Lupus was in grave. Nash Knight, Ripper with a 1, and Force Liberation. And I'm like, okay, let me read Force Liberation. Target someone, go into werewolf. Right, I know this story. So I'm like, okay, right, no monster effects, no chance to get dice smashes, dear. So I'm like, okay, let's go my turn. Now the problem is that damn Lupus in the grave that can just jump out like a bunny whenever it wants to. So I'm like, okay, this is a bit awkward, because in my hand, I know 2 cards in his hand. So I'm like, all right, how do I go about doing this? So I normal summon Chessy Cat. I just summoned it because I played 3 Chessy Cats. So I'm fine losing a Chessy Cat at this point. I just normal summon Chessy Cat, and he goes on summon Nash Knight Steel. I'm like, cool, expected it. This was the last card in his hand. I remember now. Then I'm like, right, Peel Spell. Pah. And with confidence, go spell. I'm like, okay, negate activation. Right. Anything else is like, no, bro. I'm like, right, cool. Goldsuck, because I already know Bogger in hand and the other Jiaolong that doing absolutely nothing in the chat. Feels Goldsuck, banish Dormouse. Dormouse, come back. Dormouse, banish Rabbit. Rabbit, come back. Set 07, link 2, make Splash Mage. Then he's like, okay. Now we're doing things here. I'm like, yes. Dormouse, Splash Mage, targeting a Rabbit. I don't target the Dormouse, I target the Rabbit. And he's like, okay. I'm like, anything here? He's like, no, bro. I'm like, okay, cool. Magnumut, target the Rabbit. Magnumut, target the Dormouse. So the Splash Mage target the Dormouse. Splash Mage target the Rabbit. Magnumut target the Dormouse. I'm like, use the Ripper negate. I know you want to. because he's now thinking, oh crap, these bodies are going to get out of hand too fast. Like clockwork. Ripper to negate. I'm like, okay. Chain to Ripper, drew a swarm. Target the same Dormouse. He's like, bro, no ways. I'm like, yes. Then now he's thinking, okay, he's got this Nash Knight that does nothing, already used its effect to take it and stuff. He's got this Ripper that's got nothing, and he's like, I have to now. He goes Force Liberation. And I'm like, cool. Impulse. Bro picked up his own Force Liberation to see if it's special summons. I'm like, first line. He's like, no ways. So the Drew Swarm hits the field, the rabbit summons, and I'm like, right, now you die. Link 3, make Link 3, make Link 3, and now I was thinking, who do I make? Do I make Red Ransom here? Because Red Ransom doesn't really do much. Or do I make White Binder? Because I already got the 07 trap set and I'm going to draw one and things. I'm like, okay, it's fine. Let's make Binder. So I went make Binder. I'm like, Binder effect to banish. And it goes Chain Lupus to summon. I'm like, clockwork. So he summons out the Lupus. And I'm like, okay, he's got no 5s. He only can make Typhon. Typhon doing nothing in the chat. So I then use the Binder and the Drew Swarm. I make access code. And then I'm go Drew Swarm to send. Access code, target to gain attack. Can't respond to access code. Thing's gone. Nash Knight is gone. I'm like, right, access code, banish, pop, access code, banish, pop the C's, pop the Lupus, banish the Lupus because it's summoned from its own effect. And then it's like, ish. And I'm like, Binder come back, attack for game. So that was insane, that game. Game 3, because this video is taking like an hour long. Game 2 against him. I don't even know what this board was, but he was doing things, and the next thing I know, it was my turn, and he lanced me, and I had evenly matched. I'm like, oh, that's rough in the chat. And I chained my Magnumot to his to his Lancia, banished his Lancia, and then I started summoning, and then he stopped my monsters from going further, and I'm like, okay. I did a little bit of chip damage, but I couldn't do enough. Then I'm like, pass turn. Pass turn, he built a weird subpar board, but I stopped him again. With the 07 banish on his turn. And then I'm like, okay, right, let's go. My turn, I draw again. Again, I got what's this thing? Again, come my turn. I went access code effect to gear. I didn't even go access code at this point. On my turn, I broke a little bit of his board, and he lanced me again. So he lanced me, and I had evenly matched. He lanced me, and I drew evenly matched. So I had 2 evenly matched, and I got Lancia twice. Eventually, I'm just setting evenlies like the imperms. But I break the board a little bit, and then I had 07, and then I just had 3 monsters, and he used Bogger to special summon itself. And because the attacks were inverted, I couldn't out the Bogger, but then just 07 banished. I used the Binder to set the 07. 07, I banished the Binder to draw another card, and then Binder, come back to the other zone, and now the attacks were no longer inverted, and this ball goes at like 1-2. I'm like, alright, anyway, draw 1, attack for game. Yeah, that's what happened. And because even if he didn't stop that, then the next move was going into main phase 2, summoning, playing, making echoed, and he was donezo then. So yeah, it's a long video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know how good the audio is, but yeah, I hope everyone is well. I hope everyone's good. Going forward, I'm trying to build a Yami deck. I'm only missing a few cards. Dragon Tail, I also want to build. I'm missing just the 3 fusions and 1 Mululu. And then for Yami, I'm missing Lollipo. I don't even know the thing's name, but I'm missing Lollies, and I'm missing Cookie. 1 Cookie. Yeah, 1 Cookie, 1 Snatchy, 3 Lollies. I don't know. I haven't really been playing, so I haven't really been pulling much stuff. But yeah, thank you for watching. I don't think I'm gonna update this Malice deck profile up until the ban list, and then when the ban list drops, I'll talk about the damage report and if this deck's even playable or if it's good to just have some really cute cards in the binder. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. It's coming to the end of the series, and I've won a lot of locals playing Malice, and I almost topped OTS, but I didn't come out with the big wins of states. I was really hoping to top states this year and to potentially win a regionals. But I couldn't have won the regionals because I was judging, so the regional was out of the question. And in this last little bit of the video, I really have to give a thanks to everyone who has lent me cards and has helped me build this deck and play to the way that I have. To my friends, thank you for always playing and helping me build my decks and think theories and thoughts on how to build a deck. Also to our local shop, Big Bang, for allowing me to be TO there and having a really great place for all the guys to come through. Yeah, and I just want to give a quick shout out to everyone who's helped me with this deck. So you're gonna be surprised. This second Lingarebo, thank you Ayush for lending me this for so long. Binder, Red Ransom, Crypta, thank you James for not just these 3 but almost the entire Malice deck. I was in Philippines when James was building this deck, and he had me all the cards. He got me the Crypta, the Ransom, the Binder, the 3 Dormouse, the Traps, everything. And the only thing I didn't have was the Field Spell and the Rabbits. And then when the Marche came through, I pulled 2 Marches, and James paid for the 3rd Marche of mine, and I paid him back over time with trades, cards, and just lunches. So yeah, thank you James so much for assisting and helping out with this deck. I don't think I would have been able to play this deck without you. Also for teaching me. The first time I ever played this deck, I'm versing James. I'm like, this so told me my lines, but I beat him because I floodgated the oak. Yeah. Allied Code Talker. I pulled this Firewall Dragon. I don't even know who I got this from, but thank you. I've done sin with this card. Anything? Yeah, no. Other extra deck cards that I have to say thank you to. When the Griffin Lock was going wild, thank you Cohen for lending me the Abao for so long. That was really kind of you and really amazing of you. Really thanks. Side deck here. Sorry to everyone that I shifted for this entire malice format and time that I had this deck. Yeah, the big guys, yeah. Thank you, Seth, for getting me my playset of Fluas and managing to get them from I don't even know from which country you got this from, bro, but thank you for getting me my Fluas and helping me out. Max, thank you so much for lending me your one impulse for so long. James, thank you so much for selling my QCR so I can afford my own impulse. Devash, I think, yeah, Devash, and he comes to our locals. Thank you so much for giving me a good trade offer for my retro pack, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, for my only impulse that I had at that time. So yeah, these three, thank you, boys. I wouldn't be able to play Malice without it. I don't think this deck is even playable without impulse at this point. Controls. Chi, thank you for securing me my backup. Suhail, thank you for securing me my backup. And then Chi, Suhail, I don't know if I pulled this one or if someone gave this to me. I don't even know anymore with this backup, but Vishal, why you didn't give me the backup? So yeah, thank you guys for helping me with those ones. The goat. So the story with this is when Alliance Inside got released, our store had a box tournament. So James, being the stud that he is, decides to take my March here, take my backups. So bro is playing with 2 backups and one March here. And I'm like, what am I gonna play with? I'm like, I don't know. Because I asked him, does he know the lines? He's like, yeah, I know the lines. I'm like, I don't know the lines. Okay, you play this weekend. Let's see, you win the box for us. So I'm like, okay, I don't know what to play. Then I asked a friend of mine, Chris, and let me have strikers. So I played Sky Striker Malice once. And I won the locals. I came first with Striker Malice. And everyone is sitting there watching me play the finals. And they're all like, all the Sky Striker guys are like turning their heads in disgust against me because I don't know striker combos. I'm like, I don't know what this deck do. Just add engage. And normally when I activate engage, people ash shit. I'm like, this is the furthest I've gone. They're all laughing. So I'm like, hey boss, it's wild. So I'm like, okay, I add engage, I activate engage, I add Honor Drone, summon Honor Drone, make Kagari add. I'm looking, what I add here? Do I add engage? Then I'm thinking, see, I can add the imperm. Then when they see me picking up the engage to read, they're like, why are they looking shocked at me? I'm like, oh wait, I can add the Honor Drone, summon then again, and I got 2 bodies now. I only knew that in the finals that I could add the Honor Drones because all I was doing was adding engage again. But I won that locals. That was against Amir because I had a set solemn strike and this guy went, someone won link and I'm like, hey, this thing cracked, strike this thing. And then he's like, oof, that's rough. I'm like, hey, it'd be like that. He's playing and then I don't know what I did, but I outed his binder. His binder's chilling in the grave doing nothing. And then I make dark and I took his binder and I made my own binder and I banished my binder, brought it back, drew 1, and I just had his binder here just chilling the whole time forever. And he's got one red ransom that is striked, so he can't even do anything with it. So yeah, I'm like, hey boss, maybe you're trying to banish this thing and shuffle it back, but I don't know what you're doing. Oh yeah. Shout out Creason for charging me exorbitant fees for the rabbit. Big shout out to Brandon for pulling me. Wait, Brandon. Yeah. Brandon for pulling me out the rabbit and offering the trade for it for the ice. I really appreciate you, bro, so much for that. Brandon for pulling the field spell for me because I had to buy one field spell. I know that. And yeah. Oh, and Sayeshan for trading me American print because I didn't know it was an American print. And then I realized it looked that way because of my sleeve and it was a European print. But anyway, thank you so much for trading me the European print. And then I'm sorry that I shifted you to when you play this deck. So yeah, that's everyone that's helped me build this deck to what it is today. So thank you guys. And with that, I'm going to love and leave you all. Take care, and I'll see you guys for the next profile. Peace.